Hey there everyone, and welcome to your learning path. How this works is, based on your last quiz, you were put into this path based on how you did, which you are now going to get something that is perfect for you as a learner now. So, we're going to continue talking about mixed numbers and improper fractions, but we're going to talk about what happens when those mixed numbers and improper fractions get a little bit more complex. So just as a reminder, a mixed number is when there's a whole number and then the extra pieces are represented as a fraction. And then an improper fraction is when the numerator is larger than the denominator, and it shows all of the pieces that are a part of that. So we have a picture here with 3 wholes and 1 extra piece. So we've got 3 wholes, that's represented with the 3 complete circles. And then the 1/3 is the 1 extra piece. And the reason the denominator is 3 is because there's 3 in each whole. The improper fraction is just how many pieces you see. So we see 10 pieces, and there are 3 pieces in 1 whole, so 10/3 is represented. But we're going to look at some more complex mixed numbers and improper fractions together today. And I'm going to talk to you about a way that you can get more efficient with converting between mixed numbers and improper fractions. So some of you might have already realized this, but if you think about how many pieces are in 1 whole, it tells us every single time with that denominator. So if I get those 6 pieces out, 1 whole is always going to be 6 pieces. And when we have that mixed number, we want to turn it into an improper fraction. So here's those 6 pieces for 1 whole. But if I need 8 of those for the 8 wholes, I could just multiply 8 times 6. And when I do that, 8 times 6 is 48. So I know there's 48 pieces inside of 1 whole. Now that's not all though, because I have 4 extra pieces. So what I can do is show those 4 pieces here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got those 48 pieces that are a part of the wholes, then I can just add on these extra 4 pieces. And that's the numerator here, 4. When I do that, I get 52. So my numerator is going to be 52, and my denominator stays the same because there's still 6 pieces in 1 whole. So what you can do is you can take that whole number, multiply it by the denominator, we got that here, and then add those extra pieces, 4. It makes you a little bit more efficient, but here's why it works. 1 whole we know has 6, so that means in 8 wholes, if we multiply it, 8 groups of 6 pieces, we get that 48, and then we can just add those 4 extra pieces. I want you to try it with 7 2/5. You can try using this strategy, but if you need to draw a picture or use tools, you can totally do that. So try using this strategy, but if it's not working for you, that is okay. And then we'll check together. Okay, so this one is 5ths. So I know in 1 whole, there's going to be 5 pieces. But I know there's 7 total wholes, so 7 groups of 5ths. So I'm going to multiply these. 7 times 5, and that's 35 5th pieces. Then I need 2 extra pieces, because those are the extra pieces, so I'm going to add those on. 35 plus 2 is 37. So I have 37 5th pieces, 7 and 2/5 is equal to 37. And I know it's going to be 5ths because there's 5 pieces in 1 whole, 37 5ths. Now let's take this thinking over to improper fractions and think about how that works. So here I have 122 thirds, and we want to change this to a mixed number. So what we can do is we can decide, we know that in 1 whole there's going to be 3 pieces. Oops. So that means we need to really take 122 and divide it by 3. So I'm going to make an array. And here's my 3. And I'm going to put 20 in each. And that takes me to 60, but I need to get to 122. So I'm going to do 20 more, because I'm doing 122 divided by 3, and that gets me to there's 60, there's 120. Now I have a remainder of two extra pieces, and here are my wholes. So 20 plus 20 is 40, so there's 40 wholes. And then there's two extra pieces, so those are the two pieces, and the denominator stays the same, thirds. So what I did here is I knew that in one whole there was 3, so I decided I would just take all of those pieces and divide it into groups of 3. So I took 122, divided by 3. I started by putting 20 pieces in each group. That gave me 20 wholes. Then I put 20 more pieces in, and that gave me 20 wholes. Now I have 40 wholes and 2 thirds. So that is my answer. I want you to try for 97 fifths, and we will check together. All right, so 97 fifths. I know in one group, there's going to be 5 pieces. So that means in 10 groups, I'm going to have 50 pieces. Okay, so there's 10 wholes. Well, I can't do 10 again because that would take me to 100, but I'm going to do 9 instead. So 9 groups of 5 is 45 pieces. 45 plus 50 is 95. I can't do any more groups of 5 because I'll go over. So 10 plus 9 equals 19 wholes. And I've got 19 wholes now, but I've got 2 extra pieces for that remainder too, but those pieces are fifth pieces. So there's 2 pieces, and it's broken into fifths because that's what the denominator is. So 97 fifths is equal to 19 2 fifths. Awesome job with this. It is okay if you still need to use tools or you need to use pictures, but I wanted to show you this as a more efficient way to find that improper fraction or mixed number. Now that you have gone through both of these, you're going to get some time to practice. So after you finish this video, go down and click the next button and you will get to practice with some more complex or difficult mixed numbers and improper fractions. I can't wait to see your thinking, and go ahead and click next now to get started.